We got a great guest today. I'm super excited that I got him. I was actually surprised that I got him. I'm reached out on people on Twitter all the time, and like most of the time, it's like I'm never gonna hear from this guy. He's probably doesn't even know who I am, let alone have heard of me before or anything. So I reached out to him, just like, oh, what the heck, I'll try it. Because honestly, this is one of the top guys I get requested to bring on this show to talk to, and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna get him. I've never talked to him before. Probably hates me. I'm just gonna try it anyway, see what happens. He's like, oh yeah, sure. What's going on? So Kyle, who do we have on today?
So today's guest is a RuneScape community legend, best known for his hilarious videos, getting killed in the wilderness, and subsequently destroying his computer with various tools, vehicles, and even a chainsaw. I am extremely excited to talk to you about where you've been, what you've been up to, and how many dollars of damage you've done over the years. It is my absolute honor and pleasure to welcome NightmareRH to the show this afternoon. And my first question to you is, how are you doing today?
Hey guys, hey Jason, and also Kyle. Firstly, you shouldn't feel surprised. I do remember you, believe it or not, even though I never really talked to you, but years ago, I do remember, God, I think the first video of you that I saw was RuneScape Drugs or RuneScape on Drugs or something. And I remember seeing that video. God, it feels... You know when you watch a video that just stays in your brain and it feels like you can like see the video again and again. It feels like yesterday, but I actually looked it up when you messaged me on Twitter. I think it was about like a month ago, and it was like damn near like 10 years. I'm like, no way, no. It like, and then I remember that I actually just recently turned 33 years old. And I've been doing this for a long time now, and I know you've been doing it too for a long time. And it's just like, where the hell has the time really gone? But firstly, you shouldn't really be surprised. I've become more and more friendly over the years. Years ago, if you had messaged me saying I want to do an interview or something, I probably would have told you to go eat shit and die. I don't know why, but I was kind of a douche in my early 20s, and I guess as you get a little older, you tend to just be a slow douche, because I am still a douche, but it's not that big of a
mellowed
douche.
Out douche. It's an acquired douche now. It's
Absolutely
not as harsh anymore. That's
awesome. To answer your question though, Kyle, I'm actually doing pretty good. My allergies completely suck.
Oh no.
It's been my lifelong dream to invent some type of like little tiny, like a plunger when you plunge your toilet after taking too big of a shit and stuff.
I know where this is going already.
I want to live Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but I want it to pretty much be Honey, I Shrunk the Plunger. And I want a plunger somehow to shoot up all through my nasal cavity, and then I just tie a string to the end of it and just pull it out. And the real way that I actually got told about this, I thought about this invention, is because years ago, when I say years ago, I mean more like centuries ago, the cure for gonorrhea used to be two ways. One is you would put your cock in a book, and then they would close the book. That's why it's called a clap, and it would break up all the mucus and pus. Or they would literally just hammer a gigantic nail down your urethra. Luckily today, you just take 2 pills, and it's gone within about 24 hours.
Modern medicine has cleared some things up.
Oh, it's clear. It cleared my gonorrhea up pretty good. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone, you're getting a science lesson today. You didn't know it, but that's why we bring our guests on to learn interesting history bits like that. I got to say, man, I actually, not only was I surprised that you said yes, I actually thought back. Speaking of thinking back, I was like, man, you're actually the reason I probably quit doing RuneScape videos. Now that I think about it, and it's because What's
is that good or?
Well,
Yeah, is that a compliment?
it's a compliment,
sound
sort
good.
of. It's mostly my.
That sounds like you're calling me an asshole.
No.
Yeah,
You're the reason why I quit.
You're the
asshole.
asshole. No. No, actually,
You brought him on to cuss him out.
yeah. Exactly. I brought him in to just ream him. Now they got him backed into quarter. I can let. No. It's good for you because I was so I had hit like 50,000 subs or something like that, and I thought I was like probably one of the top like RuneScape video makers like at the time. Like Nucho was like out over 100,000. It was like nobody was catching him, but I had just like passed Dark Arm 3 and GC20 Amber, and I felt like, hey, I'm on top of the world here. I'm like one of the best guys. And then I did some stupid stuff like changed my channel around, tried to move to another channel, and was trying some other different stuff out. None of that worked, and I was like kind of spinning my tires and getting burned out, trying to put out like one video every 2 weeks or 4 weeks or so, and just driving myself nuts trying to get videos out. And then here I find this guy called NightmareRH. He's got like, I don't know, more subs than me, like probably 70,000 and growing fast. Like every time I refreshed, it was like going up by like 5,000 or so. And you were just making videos every single day. I was like you playing, just having fun, acting crazy, destroying stuff, doing your thing. And like here I'm like struggling to put out videos every 2 weeks. And here's this guy, like he calls his fans big dicks and just super excited. And I'm like, man, I could never compete against this. There's no way. I'm just going to go down from here. If this is the future, I'm toast. I can't do it. And it wasn't you really. It was just me. I was burned out because I was like trying to force videos out, but it's actually kind of cool because you're on the forefront. You're like a pioneer of pretty much how everybody does videos now, which is them playing the video game, commenting while they're talking, and doing fun stuff while they're playing it. So that's actually pretty cool. You're a trailblazer in that aspect.
Well, firstly, I didn't mean to make you quit. Now I really just feel like
nothing
an
to do with you. It's really me just burned out. But
I do remember because I got into the community, the YouTube type community, 2008, and I do remember your videos. You did I mean the RuneScape on drugs, and you did a whole bunch of other videos too. You had some RSMV videos too, also, right?
Yeah. Well, I at some point I think I started off with RSMVs and I quickly got away from that, but mostly from all the copyright strikes that you get like almost immediately on those. But
yeah, so I actually tried to do an RSMV. Then I realized I absolutely sucked at it, and I said, "Fuck this shit. I'm never doing it." I made it so I didn't really know how to do it. And back in 2008, like okay, so if you want to learn how to do anything in life, you can literally type it in on YouTube, and there are video guides on literally anything. I mean, video guides from putting a condom on your fucking dick to literally taking a shit properly. Like there is a video guide on everything. But back then in 2008, there was no videos like how to make a RSMV, and you were talented. And they were blowing up. I remember so many videos back in 2008, like Inside the Fire was a huge one. But point being is that I remember seeing some of your videos back then, and I actually attempted, and then I slowly started learning that every second took like fucking maybe like 5-10 minutes. I'm like, fuck this! I don't have time for this.
Yeah, you learned a lot faster than I did.
That just did not go well with me. But back then, that was the real what's the word I'm looking for? That was the real like flow. Like that's what was the turning people's heads that sucked people in for marketing. Yeah. But it does suck because in a fucking blink of an eye, our platform that we're on, YouTube or Google, says, "Hey, copyrighted music, that's a no-go." And then now your stuff is, it's you know what I mean? It gets copyrighted strikes, and you can't do that anymore. Right. It kind of really sucks because people put way more effort and time into those videos than like I did in mine. My videos, like some of my videos literally took like 20 minutes to make, and I would get like 100,000 of views, and I'm like, what the hell did I just do? All I did was run around screaming and beat the shit out of technology. And then I look at some other videos that like would probably take me, because I'm a little stupid when it comes to editing, probably would take me like maybe at least a day or 2 days just to do like an intro. And I'm like, yeah, this is ass backwards. But then again, in life, I have learned that a lot of things are ass backwards.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's very true.
That's
Yeah.
right. Well, I think you influence the algorithm in some way, shape, or form
Yeah.
because that's actually the type of video that does really well on
Yeah.
YouTube these days. Are the kind of videos that like clearly it only took them like an hour to make it, and it's just very stream of consciousness. There's not a lot of editing. It's just like daily Let's Plays kind of stuff.
Right. I know. I
So
noticed
I think,
PewDiePie blew up right after he started doing his videos, so I think he had some influence on that.
yeah, I think PewDiePie was the original Nightmare fan.
I don't know about that. I've seen
I
a
mean that
couple
in a
of his
good way. I mean that
videos.
in a good way.
Still though, but yeah, I mean everything is like, okay, so for example, would you rather in this day and age, because it changes like over a decade, would you rather watch someone play a game to a highest level that you can never do, because let's say you're missing both your arms and you're fucked in life and you can't use a mouse or computer, so you're watching someone else be so much better at the video game than you are? Or would you rather watch like a couple minute like video that's just really fast and like very like upbeat? And nowadays everyone, it's all about streaming and everyone wants longer videos and longer content. I think that's why YouTube years ago removed the 11-minute rule.
Yeah.
If you guys remember
yeah.
that,
Yeah.
that used to screw me up all the time because I would talk too much. And then for some videos of mine, I would just randomly just not even do complete sentences. I would just throw out obscenities and try and make it 10 minutes and 59 seconds. And I remember one video I really, really wanted to cut out nothing, and it was at like 11 minutes and 4 seconds.
Oh no.
And I just cut out like, I think near the intro, and you just hear all these random noises for like 5 seconds, so I can consolidate it to a video. But yeah, I mean, times have changed, but it's just really one of those things that like YouTube itself is just it's a hurdle, because it can definitely cripple people's channels and cripple people's like just bases in general.
Right.
Right. What are your feelings towards the current landscape? Do you prefer it back then, or you prefer how it is now? Neither? You can say neither too.
Do you mean landscape like YouTube like platform, or do you mean the environment?
I mean, let's whatever you want. I mean, it's in terms of what kind of content does well, in terms of the community, do you think it's gotten better or gotten worse?
I mean, all right. So, God, I wish I remember this person's name. So for me personally, YouTube has always been a hobby for me. Same thing with Twitch. It's never been like a main source of like income.
Right.
But there was a very negative image, and this was back in like 2008, 2009, of people that actually monetize videos. People
Yeah.
making money from
Right.
stuff that they love to do. And one of the reasons why is because a lot of people's first of all, I forgot to ask, Kyle, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 26.
Okay, and what about you, Jason?
I'm 40 something.
Oh shit! How are the 40s? Because dude, all my people when I turn 30, all my friends, all my fucking friends, they're like, "You're gonna hate your 30s," and I'm like, I'm ready for the number change. The last 10 years have kind of really sucked a little bit. Bring on a new fucking number.
There you go. Yeah.
30s weren't too bad.
Anyways.
30s were pretty good for me. And 20s were about the same. I think I hit a wall right when I hit around 40 though, so it was downhill from there.
Oh, we'll see it, because I'm looking forward to my 40s, new accomplishments, stuff. But so both of you guys, like, all right. So 10 years ago, Kyle, you were around 16, and then Jason, you were 30-ish.
Yeah.
So I was 19, 20, but I understood the concept of marketing and entertainment, and you do something that you love, you want to kind of get compensated. I mean, you're putting all this time and effort into stuff, and you want to be compensated. You know, who wouldn't? You got to be. Twitch has really helped make that a thing, because if someone subscribes, obviously the person streaming is going to get money, and people can donate. So Twitch has really made that accessible. But I remember, it was one person. He was a top Machinima Respawn Call of Duty channel. Do you guys remember that channel years ago?
Call of Duty, no.
Yeah, I do remember.
I'm pretty sure it was a Respawn channel, because I remember the Realm was the RuneScape / World of Warcraft channel.
Yeah, that was like everything,
Yep.
MMO related.
But it was the Respawn channel that was a Call of Duty channel, and the top Call of Duty person on there, and this dude was getting millions of video views per video, and he was like the Ray William Dick Johnson of Machinima Respawn. Anyways, he was a 16-year-old high school student, and he was doing it for 2 years. He uploaded a video thanking all his fans, and it was if you watch the video, this dude was very sincere, and he uploaded a video saying, "Guys, I just want to thank each and every single one of you for watching. You made it possible that I could not only get into a good college, but I bought my dream car when I'm 16 years old." And he showed his car. It was a Mercedes S-Class, an $80,000 car. $80,000 at the age of... So anyways, I remember this video. Machinima took the video down because this dude... Fuck you, you make money, fuck you. This video had back then there were stars, not thumbs. It was like not even a fucking 10th of 1 star. It was, and if you read the comments, people were like, "I'm never watching your shit again. I didn't know you make money off of us, blah blah blah." But so the point that I'm making is that back then, it was a negative stigma.
Big time, yeah.
Big time. And one of the reasons why I started my first IRL channel is to become a partner, is because I couldn't get my main RuneScape channel partnered because I was using, RuneScape. It eventually got partnered, but the stigma back then for content creators were bad.
Oh, yeah,
Stigma today for content creators are good. The problem really is that the content that I produce, if I still make my content, I don't get anywhere damn close to any of the views I used to do. And the content that gets the most views today, believe it or not, is everything related to fucking GP. It's all about like RuneScape
making money. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Really blows up. If I upload a video like I did, I think like 3-4 months ago, it was like a bank video of mine, and I've had this party hat sitting in my bank for years. It just keeps going up, and I do nothing. It's just so damn much. But my bank is like 50 bill. The video itself got like damn near 50K video views. Then I uploaded a video like a week later, and it got like 2K video views. But the video had nothing to do with money, nothing. And I'm like, okay, so obviously people are literally clicking on what it is today, and today it's all about RuneScape GP, and that's the error.
Yeah.
I definitely like how the stigma is gone. I don't like how everything is always about like just like money. If you're good at making money on this game, you're gonna be a high viewed person. But then again, maybe if you're funny, maybe it's just everyone can be funny nowadays. It's not. It's a little different. If that makes sense.
Right.
10 years ago, nobody was funny. Everybody's learned that skill now.
Well, I mean, it kind of speaks to the demographic of RuneScape as well. Think about it 10 years ago, and everybody was much younger. We were just looking for entertaining content about this game we love, and the people that are playing this game 10 years later are now they're adults. And this was a point that one of our previous guests had mentioned, is like the game kind of feels like it's kind of become an office when it used to be a playground where people are trying to just maximize their stats and their gold per hour, what have you. And it's just become, way more grindy. I mean, RuneScape's a grindy game, don't get me wrong, but it's taken to the next level.
Are we talking grindy like a hooker, or are we talking grindy like a bar slut? Because if we're talking grindy like a bar slut, I'll do that. But grindy like a hooker, no. But then again, I mean, if you're gonna fuck it's a friend of mine told me this the other day too. If you're gonna fuck a bar slut, you might as well just fuck a hooker without a condom, because you pretty much have the same chance of getting an STD, the same rates.
Is this some kind of metaphor for the state of the game? RuneScape was once a bar slut, and then now it's a hooker.
Now it's a straight on hooker. Now you have to pay for it.
Yeah, you have to pay for it. Yeah, exactly.
So no, it's sorry, go ahead, Jason.
Oh no, go ahead, finish your thought there.
I was just gonna wrap it up and say that it does feel like that pleases the algorithm as those videos about making money, and that's what people want to see, because that's the reason they play this game. These days nobody's really. It doesn't feel like it's being played the same reason it was being played when we were kids. Like it was a sandbox game. It's much more of like a. It feels like an office. Like I just keep going back to that analogy now.
Well, if it is The Office, who is Michael Scott? Because
it's either you or Jason.
It has to be a Michael Scott. Okay, well then who are you? Kyle.
Who am I? I'm like I'm the guy that made like a cameo in one episode and like he's forgotten him.
So what have you been up to these last 10 years or so? As you really blew up, I would say like early 2010s, but what have you been up to since then?
Do you mean
just in life in general? Life in general.
Life in general.
Yeah.
Well, my full-time job. I'm still in the United States Marine Corps.
Oh,
still active duty. Thanks. And last 10 years have been. I've been gone. It's a lot in the last 10 years, just doing deployments. And 2011 to beginning of 2012, I was gone for a little bit, which hurt. A lot of views and stuff. I tried the dumbest thing on the planet, which was to pre-record like 7 months of videos. And then while I was gone, I was having my cousin upload them for me. And you see, back then, RuneScape would not update their actual game client very often. It was once out of the blue moon, but it was literally like the first month I was gone. And my cousin said to me, he's like, "Hey, a whole bunch of people are commenting saying these videos are pre-recorded." And I'm like, "How?" And then I was talking to another friend, and they're like, "Yeah, they changed the actual template on the game, so everyone knows." And I'm like, "Motherfuckers!" I'm just fucking screaming on the top of my fucking lungs. I was fucking deployed to the country of Jordan in the Middle East.
Oh, well.
And I'm just in the fucking mountains, just fucking screaming and
giving your away your position.
Two of my best fucking friends, they're like, "Yo, bro, what's wrong?" And I'm like, "You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand." They're like, do you need a dipper or something? I fucking used to fucking gave up dipping tobacco. But fucking I was like, no, it's fine. So that was one fire, and then so RuneScape side, I would say last 10 years, maxed out my account on RS3, slowly doing things on old school RuneScape as well. Currently just trying to make money on old school RuneScape from scratch.
Which one do you play more?
I've been doing old school RuneScape because I'm about to get 99 fishing maybe in a couple of weeks. Nice. And I just got 120 archaeology on RS3. So probably not going to be on RS3 until like another double EXP weekend, I would say. But I would just say, 2013, YouTube was just going really, really down with demonetizing videos and everything. And that's when I started ramping up my Twitch.
Yeah.
So
good move.
On the Twitch side and live streaming, I'd say from that era, I was ramping up completely with that. On the real life side, was in college for a little bit, was using some school benefits because I wasn't going to be deployed anytime soon. So was in school for a while, and then I was gone all throughout 2019, which basically I just stopped streaming, stopped making videos for an entire fucking year, which kind of killed me. But I deployed for damn near that entire year, and not deployed right now, but I'm currently living not in the States for a little longer. Had a chance to be stationed somewhere overseas, but not somewhere where I'm gonna see someone doing dirty shit to like a fucking camel or like a goat or something. So a little, very, very less dangerous. But yeah, I mean, it's been a roller coaster, man, and I know you can probably speak for hours as well about a roller coaster of RuneScape and also just like content creating as well, and also life in general. But one thing I will say is that like the internet world can really change in a blink of an eye.
yeah.
It really truly is amazing. And I remember when YouTube kind of really screwed over a lot of content creators back in, it was like middle of 2012. They came out with a new layout, and they knew that people were telling all their fans, viewers, to like favorite their videos, share their videos, like their videos, and it would boost them up. And then YouTube kind of killed that, which made it harder for people to really get videos out there and stuff. So it kind of really sucks, being on a platform that you have to be a little submissive to. And if that platform wants to tie you up and fucking smack you around, you gotta take it.
You gotta go for it.
When I live stream, I have to use. I can't do any song donations anymore, which a lot of people would that used to love doing. I would really enjoy it because one, it's money, and two, someone requests a song that is stupid, like Barbie Girl, and I'll fucking sing it. Yeah, I really don't care. I'll look like a fool, but the thing about it was fun. And now, because of the copyright issues, when I got home in 2019, a friend of mine said, because I was going to live stream some 99s and old school RuneScape, and a friend of mine hit me up. He's like, "Hey, you can't live stream copyrighted music anymore." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Fuck no, I do what I want, bitch. And he's like, "No, idiot, you're gonna be banned." And I'm like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, no, yeah." And then I look at the TO terms of service. I'm like, "Oh, you bastards."
Yeah.
So going forward, are you going to just continue doing what you're doing, or do you have any plans to change anything, or if it works, it works?
Do you mean as like content, or do you mean
content?
Yeah. So I've been doing this as a hobby from the start, and I think I really made the right decision. And by the way, there are plenty of people who do this, full time. Stream full time, video make full time, and those people, there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. I mean, if you can do it full time, then you can do it full time. Me, I kind of like multitasking, and I always have to be just doing something else. And I love talking to people. I love interacting with people. If you send me a message like you did, where you think I wouldn't reply, and I'm like, "Oh shit, I know who you are." Fuck yeah, I'm gonna. And I like interacting with people. I love being on Twitch, and I love making videos. And yeah, I mean, I get people emailing me or messaging me all the time saying you're uploading dead content, which is true because no one wants to see someone just go in the wild and scream and die, but some people do. And I love appealing to the people that do actually like seeing that. Yeah. Just because it brings back a lot of nostalgia effects. And I had a very big nostalgia high effect when I saw Star Wars Episode 7. I was like, fuck yeah. Then I saw Star Wars Episode 8, and I'm like, yo, we gotta kill this fucking goddamn motherfucker.
We have to go back.
And then I was with, it wasn't with one of my, I was on a date for Star Wars Episode 9, I ended up getting blackout drunk because this girl and I went to this one movie theater that had a bar. And
yeah.
I do not remember a lot of the movie, but I refuse to watch it again because I came out of my blackout for the end. And I'm like, this makes no fucking sense. Fuck you, you motherfuckers. I came out of a blackout. I should have just drank more. And then maybe I would have kept some of sanity. But yeah.
Don't worry, you didn't miss anything.
Yeah. So nostalgia effects are very important for me, and I know they're important for other people. And I do get a lot of good feedback from people saying, hey, don't ever stop doing this. And once I kind of finish where I'm at now and stuff, and I actually make it stateside and stuff, probably will start live streaming again. And honestly, I'd love to have the both of you guys on. Maybe we can do like it would be a trio gangbang, trio circle jerk, or whatever you want to call it. Something interesting. You just talk, because I like talking to people.
Yeah,
talking is always good.
Yeah, I love doing these podcasts because we get people on exactly like you that played like years and years ago. We just catch up and see what they've been up to. And at first I thought this is going to be boring, but I actually love doing it, and it's a fun time.
Yeah,
we've talked about having like a Among Us game among like old school RuneScapers or something like that. But we could that could turn into some other game at some point. But that's still on the table at some point.
Yeah, Among Us teetering to CS:GO maybe or something.
Oh yeah, CS:GO
so
would be
flippant about it.
Or Trouble in Terrorist Town might be fun too. I don't know, what other games do you play, man? Do you play anything other than RuneScape?
Yeah, I mean, it's Resident Evil is one of my favorite games.
Good point.
Oh, nice.
It's just whatever game I play, and I had to face a harsh reality actually a couple years ago because I got asked this question on a live stream, and I gave a blank stare, and I totally lost my bearing. And very, very rarely, I mean, people come on my Twitch, and I roasted, trolling, whatever, but very, very rarely do I ever just give a blank stare. And someone asked me the question, is RuneScape your favorite video game? And most of the questions are what you asked me, Jason, is, what other games do I play? And I'll answer that. I play Resident Evil. I do a lot of 7 Days to Die gaming just because I love how it kind of feels like Minecraft, but it's not Minecraft, but it's zombies. But at the same time, it's just one of those good feels because I used to play Minecraft religiously years ago. So I play that. As for I do a lot of Black Ops type gaming, multiplayer. Kind of not so much. Zombies, yes. Mobile gaming, I do Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I've been playing that game religiously.
Oh, nice.
But the blank stare that I gave a couple years ago, and I had to face a harsh reality, is that RuneScape is my favorite game. No matter what I play in life, I will always go back to RuneScape. And there is no rehab and there is no hope. When I die someday, RuneScape is going to be buried in my fucking coffin. Whoever buries me, they have to somehow just jam it on in there. And I have a feeling that RuneScape is just going to keep fucking me over time. So they might as well just jam RuneScape up my ass when I'm dead.
Yeah. So just will your entire estate to Jagex to keep taking membership money after you're dead.
Yeah. Did you guys know that Jagex Studios or RuneScape is worth $500 million?
Oh wow!
Did you guys know that?
No.
So I used to have this retarded dream years ago that I won Mega Powerball, and after the cocksucking fucking federal government takes 40%ish, I'm left maybe with $200 million. I was actually really thinking about buying RuneScape at one point in my life, if, of course, I won Powerball, which never will ever happen.
Yeah.
But at that time, RuneScape was only worth, I think, maybe 30 or 40 million. And then Squill of Fortune just... And believe it or not, Treasure Hunter Keys, Wheel of Fortune, the game we play is worth $500 million. Doesn't that blow your fucking mind? That is absolutely. They are not making $500 million off membership. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, fuck it. They might as well make it a free membership game. Tinder used to be fucking free. Now they monetize fucking stupid Tinder.
Yeah, everything's monetized these days. I'm surprised Facebook hasn't been monetized. Or Twitter.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Jagex got bought out, right?
They've been a couple of years ago.
They keep getting bought out by different. They're like, I swear to God, they're getting
potato
bought
at this
by
point.
Like different. Yeah, it's hot potato with a bunch of different.
You take it. No, you take it.
Well, they're making money. So I mean, whoever owns it is profitable, right? Unless maybe they secretly are losing money, and they just don't want to shut it down because they know they're going to be responsible for like millions of suicides around the planet.
They have to keep it running. This is people's life source.
We need a bailout government, or actually, fucking not a government, the world. We need a bailout. The world. The world is going to die.
Be a bigger loss than COVID. The amount of
like 20,000.
Into the millions of deaths because of RuneScape unplugging their servers.
Yeah. I want to ask a quick question because I guess for my own selfish reasons is my friends were totally obsessed with your videos, Chris, when I was growing up. And they would always tell me about the different things that you were breaking down or destroying after getting PK'd in the wilderness. And I have to wonder, after going back and watching all these videos, where on earth did you get all this stuff?
So, believe it or not, and I'll go ahead and answer this in two ways. So one, I think it was around 2008, 2009. YouTube released the ability for demographics. They installed analytics, so you can basically pretty much see what type of group are watching your videos. I'm very big into analytics. My major is marketing with human resource minor, and it's something that I'm just always fascinated about is demographics, especially reaching out. But I remember I looked at my demographics and I was fucking like 21 years old. And my demographics were between 9-year-olds and like fucking like 12-year-olds. And I'm like, oh God, I'm destroying the youth. Oh boy. But a lot of people back then, because a lot people get it today now. And when I stream, people understand this. But if I said this back then, people wouldn't get it. Just because they were younger, but they were real working computers, TVs, tablets at one point, and that's a very interesting thing. So, anyways, I would hit up random computer stores, small, and I'd be like, "Hey, man, I run an internet show. This is what I do. I blow shit up." Do you have any laying around software that you don't need and you're just trying to get rid of? Absolutely. And I mean, you wouldn't be surprised. I mean, just about every single computer store. So I would buy. Yeah. I remember the most expensive I ever paid for like one desktop, which was an Alienware, was $25, and I ended up destroying it, which was hilarious. And the video got hundreds of thousands of views, so I made money obviously from it, but. It's the simple fact that they were just from computer stores, and that's just it's marketing. It's entertainment, and that's just a computer prop.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you could have fooled me. I was gonna say my next question was any of that cathartic at all to destroy these computers? That the rage watching the videos even in 2021, it still feels genuine to me. It feels like you are
everything. Like, this is the thing about it. So nothing in my videos is fake. It's all real emotions. It's just the simple fact that I go into the wild, I don't know really what to expect, which even gets me more fueled up. Because I remember going to the wild, I remember making this one PKing video, and I really wanted to talk about some stuff. because I had a whole bunch of in Soviet Russia jokes, and that was really big on YouTube at one point in 2010.
That's a great way to date yourself.
Yeah. So I really, really wanted to just make a whole bunch of jokes, and I step in the wild and just bam, I just get KO'd. And then I think I named the video like the fastest PK ever, and then I lose my mind and just beat the shit out of the fucking desktop because I'm furious at this dude killing me. But I will say this, so it was PKing video or PvP World 25. Yeah, no, fuck, not 25. I think maybe 14. So PvP World PKing Dragonfire Shield, I think it might be 14. I destroyed a Dell it was an HP laptop. Believe it or not, I got that laptop on my sweet 16th birthday. My parents paid $2,000 for it. And then I started to get into gaming on a laptop away from console gaming. I realized HP was a piece of shit. Yeah, so totally. I ended up getting a Dell gaming, which I found out was even a bigger piece of shit.
Yeah.
So when I died in this PvP world, and I think I lost a DFS, I took a golf club to this HP. That one was my personal laptop.
Oh, no.
That one was no shit my personal one. And then also when I destroyed the next one too, I think that was the Dell, because then I got a Asus and I just destroyed that one as well.
Oh my god, these were still working at the time when you broke them.
Yes, the first couple ones were my personal ones, and then I realized how many views I was getting. I'm like, okay, I cannot financially keep doing this. I can't. So I got to improvise. Computer store, do you have any old non-working PCs? Yeah, come on down.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch those ones now, knowing that those were, because I assumed that you were going to like maybe a Goodwill or a junkyard or something and getting like these parts, but I didn't realize that some of these were actually yours and they were still working.
It was. So the first one, how to fix RuneScape lag, that was actually an old desktop. That was the first one I destroyed a computer in. Then the next one was a laptop. That was my personal laptop. Then the one after that, I believe, was Dell. Because I had just actually no. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a Dell desktop. Because I upgraded. But yeah, the first couple ones were personal ones. And I mean, like, I love technology, but at the same time, like, if I get a better one, because I went from HP to Dell, which was stupid, but I'm like, what am I going to do with this HP, piece of crap? Destroy. And then I discovered my god computer, my Asus or Asus. Yeah. I still don't know how the fuck you pronounce it, because I hear people pronouncing it both ways.
Like Ardoin.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. And I actually, someone told me recently that Ardoin somehow was a troll name by Jagex, because someone at Jagex took out a whole bunch of letters. And if you look at Ardoin when you're really drunk, it kind of looks like, are you a retard? I swear to God, get really drunk and look at the word Ardoin, and you will see blurred vision. And it will say, "Are you a retard?"
We had Paul Gower out. He actually said he was trying to make it sound like a French town, but I think the drunk reason. I think that's the actual. He didn't want to give the real reason.
I like that. That's my new canon version of it. Yeah.
So someone's actually asking about what happened with the chainsaw on the door. Was that like your actual door that you took a chainsaw to? How did that happen?
Yeah, so that was an actual door, which I replaced. That was actually my uncle's chainsaw. I was gonna go to Home Depot actually and rent a chainsaw for for a couple hours, and the fucking Home Depot was out of chainsaws. I'm like, what the heck? The one day I needed I called up my uncle. My uncle owns a construction company. I'm like, hey, I need to borrow your chainsaw. And he's like, Christopher, I don't think you're going to be chopping down a tree. What do you need to do with it? I'm like, can I borrow the fucking thing? So I ended up borrowing it, and then I show that video to him, and he fucking died laughing. And I knew that if my uncle, who at the time was 41, 41, 42, if I got him laughing, I knew this video would be blowing up, and it did.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean it's a real door, real chainsaw. It just belonged to my uncle.
Oh.
But yes, the door did get replaced. But the door got replaced by me going to Home Depot. It's a Home Depot.
That's right. They had
Full
doors.
circle,
Though.
yeah.
It's not chainsaws. Yeah. Did neighbors ever complain, or did you like? I can't imagine that you were able to get away with making so much noise and nobody said anything, right?
It's just it's key timings. Like, for example, I've lived in quite a few places, especially the last 14 years, but it's really just key timings. Like,
Yeah.
so for example, if you're recording, all right, so if you are a neighbor, right, and you just hear maybe one loud motherfucker and then just one loud scream,
Yeah.
and you know the dude is, at the time not living with a girl, or at the time, just he's a single. You're not gonna think anything of it. But if it's constant, so the way that no one really ever complained is because it was set times, and I just used time strategically. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
The house that I own back in the States, though, I have a finished basement, which is purely my gaming area, and it's sub-level, so I can be as loud as I fucking want, and I'll be on Twitch TV. I was doing 124-hour live stream, and I think it was at 3 a.m, and I wasn't paying attention because I was so damn tired, and I ended up dying fighting this stupid boss on RuneScape 3, the big fucking Araxor. And I was just so angry because I just was so tired. Oh, the next day I got so drunk. I washed all that hate away with alcohol. But the fact is that I just started screaming at 3 a.m. And I was screaming and screaming and screaming. And everyone in the chat, they're like, it's 3 a.m. You're going to get the cops called. And I'm like, fuck you. The cops aren't coming. I have fucking pets.
Yes.
I'm underground. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But yes, strategic planning and just really location. I mean, that's pretty much about it. But I do get asked that question a lot too. It's one that
I figured I wasn't the first one. Well, when you said strategic planning at first, I thought you'd meant, at 3 p.m. is my time to shout, and you've let the neighbors know, so whenever they hear motherfucker and a chainsaw,
like, it's just him at it again. Yeah, okay.
They're like, oh, there goes Chris again.
What would you say is, like, if I were to ask your fans what your like best like moment or video or if I were to say, like, what are you known for? What would your fans say is like your best? The thing that you're known for, is it the chainsaw door? Or?
Yeah, I would definitely say the chainsaw door, or I get a tremendous amount of people asking if I'm going to ever stake again, because I injured my testicles when I did some of my staking videos. Because I mean, staking back then was so different, because you literally, I mean, it's easy. It was a luck of the draw. You click here, click there, click attack, and then you're just, there's nothing to it. It's just boxing. But now it's completely different, and I don't even know how the fuck I got so lucky. And then I ended up losing a shit ton. Some I showed on videos, and some I didn't, because it was just so fucking embarrassing, and it was like a mini little addiction, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, I would definitely say it's the chainsaw or maybe staking. But I would probably always lean for that chainsaw door, just because it was so random, I guess.
Yeah. What video would you say you're most proud of, though? Like, if you had to pick, this is my favorite.
That would be the chainsaw.
Oh, the chainsaw.
Wow. Well, that's
at least everybody's
good.
in agreement then.
Well, that's what your fans know you for, using a chainsaw to your door and, staking. Is there anything going forward with your content creation that you'd like to be known for? Are you looking to take steps in new directions, or are you content, continuing the same legacy that you've set forward with the kind of content you've been making for the last 10 years?
When
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. I mean, when I get back into video making, kind of like how I used to, uploading a couple videos a week, doing streams fairly often. I mean, I tried the dead man mode when it first came out, and these fuckers on Twitch, man, they're like, "Hey, Nightmare, I want to give you something." I'm like, "Okay, it's in." I've and something I am actually proud of is that I've never taken a RuneScape donation ever.
Wow.
Before. It's really a self pride thing. But when it comes to Dead Man mode, I was like, "Yo, bitches, give me everything. I need help." And it's a fake. It's not. It's RuneScape, but it's not. It's a different type of mode. And these fuckers would keep coming up to me and keep killing me. And then a friend of mine was like, "Hey, make it delayed by like 10 or 5 minutes." And I tried doing that, and I just didn't like it because I love interacting with people too much.
Right.
And I hated the whole 10-minute delay. I couldn't interact with anyone. Right. So I tried that. I didn't like it, so I'm going to stay away from Dead Man mode because everyone has told me to try that. I have a couple of Iron Men. Probably more so work on Iron Man. It's because I know those series are very popular.
Yeah.
Eventually, honestly, I would like to max old school RuneScape, so lean kind of towards there. And then at the same time, I just really enjoy going into the wild and screaming. And but I really do. I don't know. I gotta see if I gotta test the waters because I tested the waters back in 2016. And I ended up getting a strike, which I appealed it and won. And there's a strike on my YouTube channel.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know if YouTube did this or some little fucker just reported the video just to be an asshole, but
that could be it too.
They gave me a strike for disturbing images towards property. Oh, that's what the no shit warning said.
What?
And I'm just like, yeah. And so I appealed it to YouTube, and I basically wrote this thing saying, "Hey, look, it's a show. There is no disturbing. There is no domestic violence going on. Right. I'm literally just destroying a computer with a sledgehammer." And they removed the strike, but they did not remonetize the video, and that's really the bad thing.
Those assholes.
So any videos I posted that is just going to be purely for fun and probably going to be demonetized. And that's one of the reasons why is because honestly, it's really not profitable. I mean, I could go to a computer store and offer some dude like, "Hey, I'll give you, $20-$30 and then maybe rent a power tool or buy a power tool. And then the video just won't make any money. And at that point, it's just going to be for fun, which I'm okay with. But it's not going to be like every single week like it used to be because then it's going to be a loss."
Right. So kind of going off of that, has content creation been kind of a main source of income? You said you're doing military full time, right? Does that pay when you're not stationed? I don't know how that works.
So yeah, I mean, I've been in the Marine Corps for the last 14 and a half years.
Yeah.
So obviously that is, main source of income. But as for, RuneScape, YouTube, Twitch, that's just really a hobby. And at one point, when I was getting, I think the most was like 6-7 million video views a month. This was back in like late 2010, 2011. It was very nice. But now, honestly, like YouTube has really gone down. Twitch, once it starts streaming, Twitch is nice, and it's a really nice hobby to have. And it's really nice because everyone's really supportive too, especially like on Twitch. it's
Right.
not like that bad stigma we talked about like 10 years ago where everyone would be like,
Right.
fuck
You
this and
sell
stuff.
out, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's people back then that would say you're a sellout when you're on Machinima. Like, because I
Making
remember when I
$2
posted, yeah, and it's like I posted some videos on Machinima Realm, and a whole bunch of people said, you're being a sellout, and I'm like, motherfucker, I don't live in a goddamn mansion. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're making peanuts anyway, unless you were like even the big time guys back then, like because the rates were so terrible. Nobody was
Yeah.
really making any money until the YouTube blew up and people were starting to get like 1 million subscribers. That's when the big money started coming. But yeah, and then it's funny. As soon as that happened, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, go ahead, make your money. It's okay now. We're cool with it. It's better than TV."
Yep.
But it looks like we're at the top of the hour. I know Kyle's got to go move, and you've got some stuff to run off to. But I wanted to thank you for coming on. It's been awesome talking with you, catching up. Like I said, I've never met you before, so it's good to get to know you a little bit and talk to you for the first time.
No problem, man. And I'm a very open human being. So I like you said, I enjoy talking to people.
Yeah.
I definitely really do. At one point, years ago in my early 20s, when I first started doing this, I was kind of a little stuck up asshole. I don't really know why. People would see me on this game, and I would. And now it's like, hey, what's up? And it's a little different. But yeah, I would love to have both of you guys on my live stream. We can do something similar and stuff. And just
Anytime, hit me
bullshit.
up.
And when you upload the video, please link me. And when I upload a video on Monday, I'll send a whole bunch of people your way too,
Awesome.
and post on social media.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
But,
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Yep, Kyle, nice meeting you, and thank you
nice
for having me
meeting you,
on.
man.
And Jason,
course.
nice talking to you and meeting you too.